Hey, welcome back. Session 8 of Mindfulness for Real Estate Professionals. Self-care week. Come on, put on a bathrobe, get your slippers on. We're going out to the spa. Self-care. You're gonna love it. Last week we talked about focus and productivity and the ability to control your focus, the ability for you, like a camera lens. You know, when you take a picture, in the old days, there were things that were in focus and out of focus. Now, given apertures, everything shows up in focus, but you can adjust your phone now so some things aren't in focus. Those things that are not in focus, they're still in the picture. You're just not focusing on them. That's the key here. The game isn't to get the things that you don't want to focus on out of the picture. That's an impossible game. You're never going to win that game. There will always be things that are not working in your life, but you don't need to focus all your attention on it all the time. You have the power, you have the choice of where you're going to focus. And that should be opening up for you after practicing it for a week. Again, none of this is one and done. You're going to be practicing this for a long time. Hopefully, like you would go to the gym for a long time, like that, okay? So that's the practice there. Now we're going to talk about self-care and the importance of self-compassion. I know we were talking about self-care and I'm slipping in self-compassion. And that's sometimes shows up like, hey, you tricked me, because we're better, if not good, we're at least better at treating others with kindness than we are treating ourselves. That we don't. Well, I have a PhD in being harsh with myself. I'll just tell the truth. I'm just excellent at it. At being, oh, you idiot. Why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that. You lazy son of a bitch. What's the problem? Really good at that. So when I encountered loving kindness to myself as a practice through my mindfulness training, it showed up like irritating, like gross, like, ew, I don't want to do that. But tough, really, you got to put on the airplane, you put on the mask yourself before you put it on your kids. You've got to find a way to be kind and gentle with yourself if you're going to have a kind and gentle life with other people. And that is real self-care, is being kind to yourself and understanding with yourself during difficult times. It's one of the primary benefits of mindfulness is the reduced stress and the increased emotional resilience, the decrease in anxiety and the ability for you to respond versus react, all as a function of your ability to create a condition of loving kindness for yourself. And so for sure, you already know some of the physical things that help with self-care. They're in the zeitgeist already. Exercise, healthy eating, adequate sleep, all that stuff. Journaling. Now, we've been doing journaling in here, reflections, and you can continue that. And there's also other journaling you can do, gratitude journaling or manifestation journaling. You could also just journal thoughts, right to write. You could take up a hobby, art, create stuff. I'm going to tell you my hobbies are gardening and smoking meats. And what else I do for self-care? These are practices I have, right? In addition to my mindfulness practice, in addition to sitting every day and exercising, I go to sporting events. I'm a season ticket for the Seattle Seahawks. That's my self-care. That's an occasion for me. I love that. That's self-care. You want to start, there are things you do. Look, maybe once a month, I'll certainly in the summer more often, because I can't smoke cigars in the house. So during the summer, I sit outside, glass of bourbon, cigar, self-care. See, you can do anything mindfully. And I don't mean just label it self-care and then go get ripping drunk. Although, if that's self-care for you, knock yourself out. Point is, you could contextualize anything as self-care if you intentionally create the opportunity and you are out to get the benefits of taking care of yourself. If this is an expression of loving kindness for you, mostly going out and doing that kind of thing isn't an expression of loving kindness. It's an expression of something else. But watching a sunset, taking a walk, listening to an album, and now I'm old. I'm already old, but you know what I mean? Listening to music, intentionally with no distractions and just doing that, taking it as an intention for you to take care of yourself. That's the biggest deal, is that it's your intention to take care of yourself. Part of that in the work life is setting realistic and achievable goals. Self-care also includes not saying, I'm doubling my business this year. If you don't have the structure and support, and you're not willing to have the structure and support to actually handle double the business, double the phone calls and all the transaction work that needs to get done, adding things to your promises or your to-do list that you're not going to do is not self-care. So you want to take care, you want to notice what am I promising? What am I committing to? What am I up to? What are my goals? But probably having the same goals as last year might not be self-care either. Staying the same may not be. You want to look at all of it. What is taking care of myself for me? And then schedule regular activities that work for you, okay, in that regard. You can integrate self-care into your self-compassion into your daily routines. Taking mindful breaks. We talk about this all the time. Practicing self-kindness when something goes wrong in a transaction, which things will, first arrow, things happen, people back out, people don't do what they say sometimes. Things happen, houses fall apart, stuff happens. When it happens, you want to actually start treating yourself like you would if your child came home upset. How would you handle your child? Start handling yourself that way. Seriously, be that gentle. Get yourself some more milk and cookies. Take care of yourself. Be nurturing to yourself. Self-care, okay? That's the work we're going to do. And the meditation this week is a loving kindness meditation, not surprising. That's the meditation this week. And you're going to get the opportunity to practice self-care, that kind of self-loving kindness and compassion this week in the meditation, in the formal practice, looking for informal opportunities to do it all week. And next week, we're going to talk about clients. We're going to talk about working with our clients and how we can bring mindfulness into life with them. All right. See you next week. Have a great day. Party on, Wayne.